really want to know, is there any form of government that is narcissist-proof? Is there any system of government that can effectively defend a people against a malignant narcissist, against a would-be autocrat? Because, Daniel, is this just something that human beings have to repeat over and over and over again? Right, like as a permaculture person, I understand that permaculture is a design system where we are trying to organize society so that we have healthy and regenerative relationships with the planet and with other people. We are comprehending and harnessing our relationship to the planet and understanding and utilizing our interdependence with other human beings in order to create just, abundant, resilient societies of people. I was lamenting about this the other day on Blue Sky because I recognized for all of the really important and effective elements of permaculture design, there is one big, glaring, gaping flaw. There's nothing in there that helps us organize and anticipate and resist a malignant narcissist coming in. Permaculture requires this agreement amongst people that we are working together for a common goal, a common good, right? We have this social contract where we all understand that, hey, if we work together and we harness all of these design criteria and we all have a desire for earth care, people care, and fair share, we have a shared set of 3 ethics, that we can reduce human suffering, heal so much of the damage we have done to the planet, and give all of us a better quality of life with more pleasure, more leisure, more abundance, greater connection, and greater fulfillment. But there's nothing in there to defend us from a narcissist coming in and just obliterating everything we have worked for. And I realize the United States is the same way. Our democracy is the same way. Our founding fathers did not anticipate somebody like Donald Trump. It's wild because they had a tyrant king, right? But they did not anticipate that their checks and balances would be insufficient to protect us from what we are experiencing now. Maybe they didn't fully understand the pillars of support and that an autocratic ruler is very weak, but it is all of those people and institutions that surround him that are willing to do his bidding and hold him up that keep him in power. Maybe they didn't anticipate that there would be Republicans in the House and the Senate who were willing to abdicate their constitutional duty, their duty to the American people in order to play pillar of support for a would-be autocrat. Maybe they didn't anticipate the Supreme Court would adopt the fringe unitary executive theory. Maybe they didn't anticipate the 6 uber conservative justices that we have now and their willingness to subvert the Constitution in order to try and make the current president into a king. And while I am not a historian, I do understand that when societies go through periods of upheaval, when there's economic instability, when you have tremendous inequality, that there is a moment where autocrats can really seize power, where they can step into a power vacuum. I understand when one kind of oppressive regime is pushed out, that is a moment that is particularly precarious for the people, where you can either have a movement toward democracy or you can have a movement toward yet another dictator, yet another autocrat. But what is the system of governance that has anticipated a malignant narcissist and created checks and balances to actually help the people? Is this something we just have to go through over and over and over again, where sad, fragile men can cause so much suffering and it takes us so long to organize and get our shit together and build a resistance movement to effectively stop them? In permaculture, every loss is an opportunity for learning. Every time you experience a setback, that is a chance for you to hone your design, to make changes, make improvements, so that you don't have to go through that awful thing again. That you can improve the efficiency of your system so that you can get a more productive and beneficial and just system going forward. All of life's experiences are teaching us something and are giving us a chance. Everything is a resource. There's no such thing as waste in permaculture. Negative experiences provide us feedback so that we can make improvements. And so I guess I just wonder, for all of the times we as human beings have had to go through this exact scenario, have we not figured out a way to defend ourselves a little bit better? Have we not figured out a way to nip this in the bud so we don't have to go through this terrible repeat of this awful, destructive, cruel pattern before we collectively build enough power to stop it? Is there any governmental system that has checks and balances Are there instances in history? Historians, hit me with your instances in history where we have stopped this terrible process much earlier, without so much loss of life, without so much suffering. Or is this just a natural progression that we have to go through? Is this a cycle that we have to endure? Is there something we could learn from our experience now so that we make sure that our children don't have to go through this again, so that our nation doesn't have to go through this again? There's nothing new about the existence of malignant narcissists, and their behavior follows a predictable pattern. So why is it that we don't have more effective tools to combat them?